What's going on YouTube? Q back here again, and my chicken nugget back with another video for you. In today's video, we're here with the 2024 Mazda CX-90, and this is the Premium Plus trim. So it's not the top level signature, but we do have a lot of nice features in here. So I'm going to get into that in just a moment here. So I'd like to give a huge shout out to Mazda for loaning us this for the week. So are you happy that they gave us this car for the week?
Yes, it has 7 seats and heated seat in the back.
Yep. So if you didn't know, I mentioned in the video with the CX-50 was my previous review. We're considering buying one of these, and this vehicle did not fail to impress. But I don't want to give a spoiler. Let's wait until we jump into it. And before we do, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, browse the channel. Let's jump into it. This 2024 CX-90 is painted in artesian red. So let's take a walk around it. So this is Mazda's entry vehicle with the inline 6. So bravo to Mazda for not doing another turbo 4. We got a turbocharged with a mild hybrid setup in this, and the inline 6 is so smooth. And this car does move, but we'll get into that in the driving portion of the video. Very striking video, very attractive. I've fallen in love with Mazda since 2014 when they did the Kodo design with the Mazda 6, and everything that they've really been putting out has been striking since 2014. So this design language just goes well. It's unique, it's not ubiquitous with the other vehicles out there. It clearly says Mazda. So why the CX-90? So this is a larger vehicle. My current vehicle for the family is a Blazer RS. So this is slightly bigger, but it's more agile, because the Blazer RS, you would think it's a sporty vehicle, but it's just a sporty vehicle in nature. So Mazda, they take a lot of pride in their chassis engineers. So shout out to the viewer that they recommended me the video to watch with Motoman TV. He did a video with the CX-50, and that vehicle, they benchmarked Lotus's chassis to get into these vehicles. Like, this is a full-size SUV with 3 rows, seats 7 people. So they do care about driving dynamics, and that's what I love about this, is I love driving dynamics. And this car is super safe too as well. But let's jump into pricing. So the CX-90 in the Premium Plus trim, the base MSRP is going to be $52,950. The only option that we do have is the paint in the artesian red, which is $595. So that's going to bring the total to $54,920, and that's of course after destination. So the trim that I'm looking for personally is a plug-in hybrid. So that's a hybrid basically with the 4-cylinder, has more torque, and you can drive like 20-something miles on the charge. But I needed this vehicle to know what it's like. And also shout out to Race Car Friends as well. He took me for a spin. I believe he has the same exact spec. So these are very nice. And then on the interior, we do have the white leather, the white Napa leather. So that is very nice. So get a sneak peek of the seats. But while we're in here, let's take a look at what's under the hood. What's powering this beast?
Oh look, wait, can they look at this?
So what's up under the hood? Plastic. Can't even see nothing up in there. Normally you can see something that's orange that denotes it's a hybrid, but since this is a mild hybrid, I don't know. We got a lot. We can't see anything up under there. So that's straight 6. I don't know how many modifications we can be doing. I'm hearing people like doing some tunes to these as waking up the power, but we're not doing that with this one. We're going to keep this one stock. So let's talk about power. So this buttery smooth inline 6, and this is going to be the entry level engine. We do have a more powerful one, but this one, the entry level inline 6, is going to give you 280 horsepower and 332 pound-feet of torque. And the powertrain, I know Mazda's been with the 6 speeds for a minute, but we got an 8-speed auto on here with all-wheel drive. So any weather solution, this is going to be the one to tackle it. And the fuel economy on here, it exceeded my expectations. I expected this to get like maybe 17, 20 at the most, but the EPA says it's 24 city, 28 highway, 25 combined. I was able to get 24.5 miles per gallon. That's in mixed driving, city and highway. Very impressive, especially for an inline 6. That's like BMW levels of perfection when it comes to a powertrain. They do really well with their efficiency. Mazda's done the same here with their CX-90. And pardon the wind noise if there is any today. Super windy out here. But let's take a look at the trunk. Normally third rows don't have a whole lot of space. We do have some space back here. So my backpack, which is the benchmark, I was able to go grocery shopping and put them all back here from the farmer's market. And then if you do need more space, you can see we got 3 rows back here. Captain's chair is in the middle, but in the back we have 3. This one's look very, very narrow. So fold them down, pull this strap here, and we can fold those into the floor. Same with the other side. Let me slide this over, pull the strap, fold down to where we have a ton of room back here. So now we got a lot of cargo space. It goes from having not a whole lot to a ton. And then that's not even counting folding those back there. But in the cargo area back here, we do have an LED light, a little bit of storage. What do we have up under here? Not a spare tire. We do have a kit, emergency kit for tools. If you wanted to bring some of your electronics, we can charge them back here. So we do have a port. Folding it from the wrong way, that helps when you do it the right way. It folds from the top. So we do have an outlet right here. And we do have a DC charger, so you can bring whatever appliances you need. Tailgating, that's we can just hang out. We can go camping back here. Fold these seats back, you just pull the strap, easy. Over here, pull the strap, goes right back up. There you go. Thanks for folding the headrest up. All right, so let me get back there and see how much space it is. Let me get in the 3rd row and see how roomy it is back here. Because sometimes you might have to put adults all the way in the back. Ugh. So it's not that wide. We're a size 11 shoe. Yeah, it's not a whole lot of leg space back here. So I can fit in this seat. If maybe I need to slide this one up. Not a whole lot of foot room. I need some more. You see how far my feet are coming up here? But this middle seat, very narrow. You have to only a kid, because I'm sitting on both of these like overlapping. So only kids in this 3rd row. So on this 3rd row, we got our USB-C chargers, 2 cup holders, some more anchors, and left if you have this as a trunk area where you can anchor things down. We can fold the seats in front of us with this. I'm not going to do that one because the car seat is there. So let's fold this seat. Okay, now we can get something moving forward, because looking down here, my foot is stuck underneath this seat.
How's it liking this?
All right, so let's see if I can. Okay, there we go. Much more room. We just got to slide it up. So I jumped the gun so we can slide those with this handle. I didn't want to crush the car seat. So that's what this handle's for. I'm pretty sure you can fold those up as well. So this handle will slide and fold the seats, the captain's chairs in the 2nd row. So easy, even the kid can do it. I like to point out, since I have children, it gives you the occupancy seatbelt status in every row. The 1st and 2nd, or the 2nd and 3rd row. So I know when my kids are buckled up. I know it might seem like something silly, but this is very handy. Like if they fib about who's buckled up, I'll know right here, because it gives it for all those 5 seats back there. From the 3rd row, the panoramic sunroof isn't going to extend all the way back here, but it's mainly for the front seats in the 2nd row. Since I came from the 3rd row, the seat is up more than it needs to be for me to get back here. So we have the bar up underneath here, you can slide it on back. So let me hop in, and I'm going to let my daughter talk about the 2nd row, because she spent the most time back here. All right, Chicken Nugget, tell us about the 2nd row back here.
It has heated seat, and so if you do this, this is medium, this is on, and this is off. And
that controls the air coming out?
Yeah, and it has armresters, so if you want to go to sleep, you can just do this. Or if you want to relax your arm, you can just do this.
All right. So what about this thing down here? What's that?
Oh, and it has this cup holder.
Also got some cup holders in the door. Oh, a cup holder? You put any drinks in it?
No, not yet. Oh, yeah, and at the window, you can do this.
So what's that for?
So people can't see you.
Oh, so you get your privacy back here? All right, yep. You're a superstar. You don't want people all in your business, so that's nice to have too.
So this is, if you want to turn the heated seat off, you can turn it off. If you want to turn it on, it stays your spot, and it can move by itself.
Okay, so with this one up here, you control the direction of the airflow, and this down here, you can control it if you want the fan on high, or you can change the temperature back here too. So that's 3 rows, and I can actually sync the temperature from the driver's seat, because once it's, they always turn the fans on high and all the way up, so I can control it from the front, or just turn it off and let you not control anything.
Hey! Oh, and if you have books or something, you can put it right here, and it has a lot of space, and it's deep.
Okay, you had a lot of books in here, but let's go up to the front seat now. Front seat, where we got this white Napa leather. You're going to see this everywhere. And then we got the wood grain trim. Doesn't feel like wood, but maybe it is. Maybe it has a finish or a lacquer over it. But we got the nice stitching coming around. We got aluminum. That's a very nice touch. Mazda is in the luxury realm. Aluminum on the vents here. More leather stitching coming around. Soft touch everything. White Napa leather. Got this brown streak coming down the middle. Some of this might be from me hitting that gas pedal, but we'll get to that in the driving portion of the video. 8-way adjustable seats. All right, Chicken Nugget, show us what we got up front.
So these two can open. It has a lot of space. You can fit a whole Diary of the Wimpy Kid book in here.
All right, we have a Wimpy Kid. We can. How many of those books can we fit in here?
I don't know. And you have this.
2 USB-C chargers in there. Okay. So where's our cup holders?
Right here, it can open.
Woo!
I just have to check the button and it opens automatically. So right here, this can open.
Okay, so we have another DC charger.
This can open and the light, wait, see, it's closed and the light comes on when it's open.
Show me one more time.
So close and the light's open. And then, did you notice this? If you just tap on it like that, it opens.
Oh, we got a sunglass holder up here so I can put my sunglasses in there. Alright, that's nice. Felt line too, so it won't scratch up the glasses.
Oh, I forgot one. Like this, right here. You can put your papers, and even there's something.
So our glove box, even that's felt line, so everything is soft touch. This is how you know you got a luxury vehicle, when things are felt line. So this front cabin is extremely luxurious up here. They stepped it up big time. And the wood grain, it goes all the way down, like this whole center console down here. Leather stitched dash across everywhere, man. It's just so premium. We got the multi-function controller down here, which controls the screen. And I made a mistake in the last video with the CX-90. I said you can't activate touchscreen while you're driving, but there's a function in here where you can actually disable that. So in the settings menu, you go to your connectivity settings, and then Bluetooth, go to your device, QEP Newton, and then you go down to touchscreen in motion for all devices. That'll enable it so you can drive and actually use the touchscreen. I still prefer this, but if you want to use touchscreen, you can. But back to the dashboard, start stop button here, metallic around it, and then leather stitched dash. Very nice. We got aluminum on the side with more wood grain on the door panel. How you like that, Jasper?
Is this real wood?
I think so. Knock on wood. So with this controller, you're going to be able to use your volume control, skip tracks. We got 4 quadrants here for home, navigation, back button, and music. So we can change all that up here with the touch of just a button. So it's very easy, very intuitive, easy to use. And moving on up, we have this funky little gear level shifter, which I've had problems with. Well, not problems, it's just a different design. Like everybody's doing something different. So to get the vehicle in drive or reverse, you press the button in, it's like a trigger. You can do it with your index finger or both of these fingers. Then you have to slide it to the right. So that's going to put the car in reverse. If you want to go to neutral, move it back, and then drive is back one more. So to get it back up there, push it in, move it to the left for park. I sometimes forget, and actually yesterday I was driving, I left the vehicle in reverse, and then I turned the car off, but it'll automatically go to park even though the gear isn't in the correct position. So always remember that. This vehicle is so safe, it's going to do it for you. It's going to automatically put it in park and hit the park brake. Also want to talk about the rear camera. Shout out to the Kim folk. But the rear view camera on here, I have never seen a camera this clear. The clarity is excellent on here, especially the 360-degree camera. So I have my backpack on the ground. I can clearly see that. For the most part, these 360 view angle cameras, you can't, it's very distorted from that side. You can't tell what the heck is there. But I was actually able to use this parking in real life, and this is the most useful camera that I have seen. Very, very useful. They did a really good job stitching those together. So when I was at home driving, I was trying to move some cars around in the driveway. Had the door open, and then I tried to put the car in drive. It will not allow you to do so. It says shift to park before exiting vehicle. So it will not let you drive. You see it's in drive right now? Like the brake is on. It will not let you drive without closing that door. So now that I closed the door, still won't let me drive. So I actually have to shift back to park to do so. And now if I go back to drive, I can actually move. So Mazda is going to keep you safe. They're all about safety now. I feel like they're taking over from what Volvo used to be with all these modern safety features. And also, if you're driving and you decide to open the door, boom, it's going to stop. So it just slammed on the brakes while opening the door.
Okay.
So you cannot do things like that. So you got to be safe. You can see it's in the driving position, but it automatically went to park. So Mazda wants you to be safe. In this 12.3-inch display, we're going to have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. We're going to have navigation for this in here. We can also have, Mazda actually has their own home-based navigation system in here as well. And just by idling, I lost a ½ mile per gallon. I was at 24.5, now I'm at 23.9. So this cluster, it looks like an analog cluster, but it's all digital. And we can change certain things on here. The right side, we want to put our eye sensitive status on here. We got our compass, turning that off. And I just like keeping on my miles per gallon. In the center, if we activate the cruise control button, it's going to do something similar to my Acura. It's going to change the whole gauge display, and we're going to be able to see cars moving around on the graphics on here. I can demonstrate that when driving. But lane keep assist blind spot is going to let you know all that information right here in front of you. We also have a heads-up display. Heated steering wheel, that's going to come on this Premium Plus trim. Heated steering wheel, ventilated seats, and it's all automatic with the climate. So let me resync that. So the seats are going to go heated when I want them to. Just return my seats off, so turn it back to auto. Once the car gets hot enough, it's going to dial it back. I really love that about this vehicle. And it'll sync for the passenger as well. You can have the passenger heated seat come on automatically once you get in. So this CX-90 is very luxurious. It's a step above the CX-50 for sure, but that was also a luxurious vehicle. So Mazda's punching well above their weight class, and the driving part of it that's going to be a treat for us. So let me put on the GoPro so we can do a POV. Going to have her get back in the car seat. So you ready to drive? All right. And I also have made another error in the last video. The CX-50 did not have adaptable dampers. It just changed the engine throttle response and the transmission response, because this also has off-road mode. Who's taking these off-road? Somebody's got to be doing it for them to put it in here. But it's going to change. Like, off-road mode is meant for slippage. If you're on like loose gravel, it's going to tune the engine and transmission for slippage. Super windy out here and it's snowing. Welcome to Michigan. But let's take the CX-90 for a spin. Got it locked up, unlock. Mirrors fold. Greeted by this beautiful interior. All right, gonna buckle up for safety first, as always. Chicken nugget, you buckled up?
Yeah.
All right. Number one thing, safety. Got the cool graphics. Got the artesian red in the middle. That's pretty cool.
Safety first.
But what do you got to say?
Well, does Auntie Decoya have a YouTube channel? Well, who has a YouTube channel?
I do.
Oh, I know 100 Game 8.
Yeah. Shout out to 100 Game 8.
And Race Car Friends.
You forgot one more person.
One print Blue LE.
Blueprint 1 LE. Yep. Go shout out to the MOC. Go check them out. Feature section of the channel. All right, let's get to driving. First thing I want to do, test out this turning radius, because you're going to be navigating this large SUV. And it's honestly not even huge dimension-wise on the exterior, but you got to maneuver this thing, so we got to test the turning radius. Turning radius on here is excellent too. Wow, that's impressive. Let's get on out to the main roads. So for this to be such a stylish vehicle, it's very easy to see out the visibility is amazing on here. It actually has like the door sills aren't too high. You can see everything out of here all the way back, even your little chicken nuggets. And then the damping on here is very well too. It's sporty, but it's also very comfortable as well. But let's roll around and get on those crappy roads right there. So the CX-50 was the only vehicle I was able to do this U-turn in with the turning radius. Let's see if the CX-90 can do it. Because if it can, that is worthy of praise. Oh, that is so close. I did it. Wow. Super close. Super duper close. But we did it. And also, if I need to see, we got the camera button here where we can turn on our 360-degree camera so we can see what's in front of us. So that's very nifty to have in a vehicle like this. So let's see how we riding on this horrible terrain right here. quiet in here too. Man, I feel sorry for this paint. This premium paint got all these little rocks kicking up on it. But let's change the view, because I do want to see what's in the blind spot as we drive. Simply just press the cruise control button. It's not activated. You can activate cruise control by actually setting it, but we're not there yet. We'll get to that later on. Takeoff. We do have some get up on here, folks. I do believe it's pumped in engine noise, because it sounds pretty great. And Mazda, like they had in the Mazda 3, it had that thing sounding awesome, but I knew that wasn't the case. That wasn't coming from that Turbo 4. But inline 6s do have great harmonics to it. So we're going to start this portion off in sport mode and watch the gauge just turn into aggressive mode. We see things highlighted, see how it's highlighted in red with our needles, our digital needles. Was that like some engine blip up there? Hanging up at red line. That was unexpected. First time driving in sport mode. Gotta be careful because we got salt on the road. It's been pretty warm and then snow. The handling feel on here is excellent. Excellent, excellent. That's why I really like these Mazda vehicles, especially the SUVs. Like the Mazda 3 didn't have the handling as the CX-50 or the CX-90, but I believe they retuned it because they were all 2024s, but especially that CX-50, that one felt the sharpest out of all the Mazdas I've driven. Make this loop around. Man, those harmonics are amazing, man. And then we got all-wheel drive on here, so you know it's going to be able to pull you through a turn, or if you need help just taking off, it got you. So I like a vehicle where the steering isn't too light, numb, and vague. This doesn't have any of that. Like, they actually care about the driving dynamics. That's why I really love Mazda, and to set the top choice. The top two vehicles I'm looking to replace our current family vehicle with are Mazda, because they know what they're doing. They put some soul into a vehicle. Actually, the color I want is soul red too. And this does have the auto stop start. I turn that off a lot because some cars it does it seamlessly, and this vehicle not so much. It's when the car turns off, it seems like it's not ready to go immediately as the engine turns off and you're ready to go. Like the engine has to start up. It's like a lag, so it almost needs to start up lightning quick, because it's like the car is not ready once the auto stop start goes away. One thing that I also love on here, which would be perfect for road trips, this right here, very pillowy, soft cushioning on the side where you would rest your leg at. Very thoughtful. In my personal car, this is hard plastic, but in the CX-90, very soft. All this leather in here, extremely soft. This Nappa leather goes hard, to be honest. Not go hard as firm, it goes hard as in, wow, I'm so happy they put this in here. This is a great touch. While being in sport mode, the suspension is still the same suspension in every drive mode. So now that we're here, let's do a standstill from 0. Oh dang, didn't realize we were going up to speed like that. So let's drop it down a lot, but it is so smooth. The acceleration in here is so smooth. Lovely, just a joy to drive. So merging onto a highway, we're at like 55 miles per hour. Let's get up to 75. Just like that. Oh, we almost went up to 80. But everything about this driving experience is very smooth. So smooth. Let's listen to the audio system. Got the 12 speaker Bose. I think it's great. testing out the adaptive cruise control. Slowed down by itself, speeding up by itself. I got it set to 74. So on the top out at 74. I got it set to the closest distance. Those little rectangles on the side, those are actually cars. So it doesn't look the greatest. Like my Integra has it, but it actually shows cars or semi-trucks. On here, if it's something bigger, it'll just show a bigger block. So the graphics of the CX-90 looks great, but whatever's in the other lanes doesn't look as good. It also shows like some sound waves for what's in your blind spot, so you'll be alert and aware of what's coming up. So the cruise control does well while not a whole lot's going on, but I was just behind the vehicle and that car was exiting and the car was still slowing down. It slowed down to like 60 miles an hour and the speed limit is 70 here. So I wish it would have gotten up to speed faster. Like, I know these cars aren't meant to be heavily relying upon the cruise control systems on here, so they're extra safe. Like right now it's braking for me. We're going very slow and we should be going faster. But I haven't met a vehicle yet that actually gets up to speed like I would do so, because everything is extra safe. Another thing, this wireless charger, I said in the CX-50 it was in a horrible location. CX-90, it's in a great location, but this phone has to be in like a very particular spot. So my phone, it will charge here, but if it's not perfect, like there's only so little room for air with the phone charger there. And let me slap this back up to sport mode. It turns back to normal mode with cruise control. That's the handling of this behemoth. So my other favorite SUV in this segment was the MDX. Hides its weight really well. This is more of the same for a cheaper price. Oh my God, my exit is closed. All right, so the MDX that I tested, the Type S, was like $75,000. This is only $55,000, and you get a ton of features for it. It's a great value, especially for a 3-row luxury SUV. And I'm not doing the air quotation on this. This is a true luxury SUV. So who would this CX-90 be perfect for? Who would this fit? So it's definitely going to be your family if you need lots of cargo area, if your kids are bringing other friends home from school. So I have a family of 4, so we're only going to use the first 2 rows. The 3rd row, sometimes my kids have friends and they will get into more activities. So this would be a perfect candidate for us. And it's not huge. I actually need to go home to see if this will fit in the garage. Some of these SUVs be struggling. So my last 3-row SUV that I did have was a Ford Flex. And that was actually my personal SUV because I thought that was excellent at the time as well. So that was the last automatic transmission vehicle I bought myself, a Ford Flex. That car was very spacious, especially in that last row. This car is kind of tight, but it has way better driving dynamics, a much better powertrain. And then also, this is a hybrid too. So like I was saying, I'm averaging 24. I was averaging 24. 23 and a half now because I was driving silly. But that, you don't get that in 3-row SUVs. And the hybrid system, it doesn't overwork the engine. So sometimes when you're just cruising, it'll just shut the engine down and the engine will go down. I'll see it from time to time. It's like 0 RPMs, but it's just using the battery that gets charged from time to time. And I think that's an excellent execution of it. Sometimes it's not as seamless as I would like, because sometimes I feel like the engine just needs to be more snappy. But I feel like that's something they could do an over-the-air update with, where they can get the engine or the transmission control module up to date. So I would like to see improvement there. But other than that, this car has won me over. I got to get one for the family. So I'm looking at pricing these out. What you see online versus what actually happens at the dealership is underwhelming. So I saw this for like $500. Went to Mazda site, built one, just a base PHEV, and it was like $500 a month to lease. Got to the dealership, they're talking $800 a month. I'm like, whoa, that's a huge difference. But I'll do my negotiating. So they do have some great cash back, or they have $7,500 rebates in on the plug-in hybrid version, which is excellent. So I'm going to see if I can utilize that to our advantage. To sum up the CX-90, this is excellent. This has got to be my top choice. So everything's easy to use. This controller down here is very intuitive. I love how I can skip my tracks. This does have paddle shifters on here as well, which I didn't get to use, but it's not the type of vehicle to do that for me. But actually I might have to do it. it's a little bit slow. This ain't no sport tune vehicle to be using paddle shifters, but these tiny little paddle shifters are back there should you ever want to use it. Let me put my view back to what I'm used to seeing, because I just like the analog display of everything here. Simplistic when it comes to what you actually need to see. Heads up display is perfect. It's adjustable as well. Mazda did a fantastic job just building a complete package as far as everything goes. This is the best overall that I have seen, especially the value. When you throw in the value aspect, that as well. Once again, huge shout out to Mazda for loaning us this for the week. So Chicken Nugget, what do you think about the CX-90? Should we buy one of these? So is this your favorite car that we've been in, that you have been in, that we've been getting? So you want mommy to get one of these for us so we can drive one of these every day? Why?
Because I have seats in the back. And if you go on the third row, you can lay. Just one person.
One person can lay in the third row? Which row do you want to sit in, the second or third row?
First.
The first row? Okay. So almost we can be out that car seat soon and you can get up to the front seat.
When I'm 8.
Thank you all for watching this video. Definitely appreciate it. Definitely appreciate Mazda for loaning us this vehicle. Thank you to my Chicken Nugget for joining me in this video, helping me demonstrate the CX-90. So hopefully you all enjoyed. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, browse the channel, and we'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.
We're going bowling today.
We're going bowling today? Who's going to win?
I want to go first.
Are you going to win? All right.
I mean, last time
Actually, she beat me in bowling last time, but that's it for this video, folks. See you later.